It is 19 days till the man bans, and today we're talking about mobile phones, or cell phones as you Americans like to call them, and Wi-Fi internet coverage, that kind of stuff. So over on Reddit, the lovely wireless guy 55 has put up a post that is all about what kind of coverage there is going to be at Burning Man. I will link it in the description so you can check it out. It has lots of useful information. So it looks like if you're with AT&T or Sprint, you'll get like the LTE coverage. Does that stand for light? I feel like it stands for light, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And if you're with Verizon, then you will get like 3G coverage, probably. If you're with T-Mobile, that is currently unconfirmed, but Wireless Guy 55 said that he will come back and update that post. So, check back if you're with T-Mobile. And it does mention that you need to be on like a prepay contract, not a month-by-month contract, because the month-by-month ones don't come with data roaming. If you're coming from abroad and you have data roaming and you're hoping to get some coverage out there, then you need to make sure that the model of your phone has the right US band classes to actually get coverage. So the LTE bands, you need either AWS4 or 850 MHz 5. The UMTS band is 850 MHz 5, and the CGMA band is PCS2. So all of those details and more information is in that Reddit post, so check it out if you are hoping to get that coverage. And thank you very much to Wireless Guy 55 for putting that information out there. I know that lots of people are curious about what kind of coverage they can expect out there. So on to some tips for how to kind of get the best out of your phone while you're out there, and some etiquette for how to kind of not annoy everyone around you. So even though there's coverage, it's not like amazing coverage. It's not going to be like, when you're in a city or something, you can use your phone whenever you want. It's a whole ton of people all trying to share these connections. And sometimes the networks are just going to be jammed because too many people are trying to use them. Maybe the quality of calls and stuff is going to be bad because so many people are trying to use it. So if you do want to use your phone, you do want to make calls or, whatever you're trying to do, try and do it at times where the networks are less likely to be busy. So Wireless Guy 55 suggests that in between like sunrise and 11 in the morning, they tend to be quieter times. Try and find a time where the network is not super busy and schedule your calls for that time. If you are struggling to make calls or like send messages with WhatsApp or whatever kind of app you're using, then try text messages. I know that they are a bit old school. I don't think I've sent a text message in a really long time, but text messages do seem to make it through a bit better. When you're not using your phone, turn it off or pop it on airplane mode if you can. I know for some of you it's probably not an option because you need to kind of keep the line open in case people want to contact you. But if you don't, when you're not using it, turn it off, pop it on airplane mode so you're not like clogging up the network. Phones do loads of stuff in the background, like pinging stuff and getting updates. And that's going to help clog up the network. Okay, so on to some etiquette. If you're struggling to get signal, I think everyone does the classic, you hold your phone up, you're like this, like walking around looking for those magical bars. But try and pay attention a bit to like what's around you. Be polite about it. If you want to come into someone else's camp to see if they have signal in a certain spot, don't just like stroll into their camp looking for it. If people are sitting in there hanging out, ask them like, hey, I'm just looking for some signal. Can I, do you have any in your camp? Can I like search for some? Don't just go like polling in there. And the same with theme camps, be aware of what is going on at that moment. Like, are you walking into the middle of a yoga workshop, like looking for signal? Are you disturbing like a performance or something by just coming and wandering around looking for signal? Be aware of if you are disturbing the things that are going on around you and whether that's really like appropriate to do. Similar to that, if you are, making a call or something, pay attention to what is going on around you and whether or not you're actually disturbing people. A lot of calls at Burning Man go a bit like, huh? I can't hear you. I didn't catch that. Can you say it again? You're breaking up on me. Like, that can be annoying at the best of times for everyone involved. The person on the phone as well, it's annoying for them. But if you're doing that kind of in a place where you are really disturbing everything that's going on around you, a performance, a yoga workshop, like whatever is going on, that might not really be appropriate. You could just kind of walk a little bit further away so that you are not disturbing all those people by yelling down your phone. Like, they get to carry on doing whatever it is they're doing. and you know, they're not having to listen to that basically. Okay, live streaming. Live streaming is something you need to be really careful about, especially if you're like a vlogger, blogger, social media type person. You know, if you're going to live stream, if you're going to like do the Snapchat thing, anything like that, then be very careful about who exactly is in the frame while you're doing that. You know, who is walking past in the background that perhaps doesn't want to be live streamed to the world or up on your Snapchat or something. Part of the terms and conditions of Burning Man are that, you know, you get people's consent before you take pictures of them, before you take video, before you take audio. So be aware of that. Make sure if you are going to do that, that you are not in a location where you're capturing a load of people in the background that perhaps do not want to be caught in the background. They may not know that you are live streaming or recording something to put on the internet, and they might not be thrilled to kind of be having those images shared with the internet. And like with the other 2 points, you know, pay attention to what's going on around you. Make sure that by doing that, you're not like disturbing the flow of what is happening around you, or, you know, negatively affecting the people that are around you. Burn night is an amazing time. Everyone loves to watch burn night, probably. But what people don't love is watching burn night through everyone's screens, because everyone's like holding them up and you're just like looking through all the screens to try and like actually see what's going on. I totally understand people's desire to like take pictures of it or get videos of it. Like, I get it. Again, like, be considerate to the people around you. Do you really need 2,000 pictures of it, or could you just, you know, take a few? Or, you know, do so many people need to record it because there's so many recordings floating around the internet afterwards? Like, do you really need to record it, or would you kind of have more fun if you actually just like watched what was going on without like trying to film it? Beware of the grumps. Like I said, there are some people that really are not thrilled with phones being a Burning Man. And while a huge percentage of people are very kind of live and let live, you know, if that person wants to use their phone at Burning Man, like, they can do their thing, I'm going to do my thing over here. But, you know, there are some outspoken people. There may be some people that, you know, want to kind of express that to you and be like, hey, why are you on your phone at Burning Man? Like, you're in this amazing place and you'd rather be checking your Facebook. Like, what are you doing? And the more kind of inconsiderate you are about your phone use, you know, if you are disturbing people around you using your phone, the more likely you are to kind of get pulled aside by a grump who might want a little chat with you about, you know, your phone usage and how it is kind of affecting the people around you. And possibly a discussion about why they don't think that phones are a good thing for Burning Man. With all of that said though, make your own decision about, you know, your phone usage, whether you want to bring a phone or not bring a phone, whether you want to carry your phone around with you all the time, like how much you want to use that phone. All of that stuff is completely down to you. It is your decision. There are people at Burning Man that having phone use is an amazing thing for them. You know, if you have a family at home that aren't coming, like children and stuff, you know, maybe you want to be able to put in a call to them to say goodnight to them. Maybe you need it because you need to be contactable. You know, maybe you have like a situation where you need people to be able to contact you. Maybe you need it for your work. Like, there are plenty of logical reasons and very good reasons why people might want their phones with them at Burning Man. At the end of the day, phones are not banned. If you want to bring your phone, you are well within your rights to bring your phone. I personally don't bring my phone. I like to just experience everything that's going on at Burning Man without having that potential distraction of being like, oh, I'll just check my emails quickly, or I'll just send a message to this person, or I'll just do this. And I just find it easier to just like disconnect for the time that I'm there and just really experience and enjoy everything that's going on. But I think it's a decision everyone should make for themselves. When I see people on their phones, if, you know, someone's like buried in Facebook and there's something amazing going on right in front of them, like, I feel sad for that person. I think, oh, you know, like, you're missing out on something so cool because you're like stuck in your phone, probably looking at something amazing and missing the amazing thing that's happening in front of you. You know, that's their decision. If that is what is making them happy, if that is how they want to spend their time at Burning Man, then, you know, that's their choice. So I do encourage you all to consider whether or not to bring your phones and whether or not you want to kind of try and limit how much you're using your phones. But like I say, it is down to you guys. So I hope this is helpful, guys. If any of the rest of you have any like tips or tricks on how to get good coverage out there, or, you know, etiquette tips, then let us know in the comments. And if you see me at Burning Man this year, feel free to come and say hi to me. Bye, guys.